Sayyidi.
Ya Mawlai.
He reads the hearts. He really does read the hearts. Believe me, he reads the hearts.
Why you wanted to speak?
He reads the hearts. Sayyidi,
Ya Mawlai.
Al-Hasni,
Wal-Husayni.
Al-Husayni,
Qurrat
Qutb
Ayn.
al-Mutasarrifin,
Oh,
Qurrat Aini. Ya Sayyidi. You are married to the real princess. She is the daughter of the Sultan in this world as well as in the Akhirat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you very long life. And we stay as your slaves, as though I am always your slave. Alhamdulillah. Jazakallahu khair.
لا
Allah ya.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم دستور يا سيدي مدد. No, wait, don't stand up. يا سيدي. يا سيدي, thank you very much. You are married to the Princess of Malaysia. Inshallah, Princess of the world. Hajj Ghulam. Hajj Ghulam Rasul.
Allahumma ameen.
Ameen.
Allahumma rabbana ameen.
But I don't understand how a Pakistani got married to a Malaysian.
In Melbourne, we met.
They married here.
No, met here.
Continue. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نويت الأربعين نويت الاعتكاف نويت الخلوة نويت العزلة نويت الرياضة نويت السلوك لله تعالى العظيم في هذا المسجد أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. Imagine today you might be here 100 people. Imagine all of you go to visit Maulana Sheikh, may Allah give him long life.
Ameen. Ameen.
And 100 people, you arrive there, you go up, and Maulana meets you. Like this house can fit. Imagine you are 500 people.
Yes.
It becomes more difficult if from being 100 people to see the Sheikh. If you are 1,000 people, it is now more difficult to see the Sheikh. If you were 100 people, it's easy. 1,000 people is difficult. Imagine you are 10,000 people. Do you have a chance anymore to see the Sheikh?
Difficult.
Very difficult. Might we look for you from outside, make Salamu Alaikum. Ya Allah, you go. Yeah.
No.
If you are 50,000 people,
Allah, Allah.
you look at the Sheikh from far away. So you cannot see anything anymore. Very difficult. If you are 250,000 people,
Allah. Like in Indonesia.
oh, like in Indonesia when we were to Japara,
Yes.
250,000 people. How you are going to see? You have a stage, I'm standing on the stage speaking with people. Habib Sheikh is standing, singing there, reciting. They can see from far, that's it. Imagine you are 1 million. It's become very difficult to see the Sheikh. Understand? And very difficult for the Sheikh to see at least 1 million people. But it is not the case like that. If that was the case, then no need for tariqah. Waste of time. Tariqah means why when they say for you in the Khatm al-Khaja Khan, when you are doing the zikr every Thursday or every Friday or every Saturday, whatever day you are doing the zikr, one of the principles of zikr is Rabitatu Sharifa. Rabita, I think many of you heard the word. Huh? Did anyone did not hear the word? Raise his hand. So most of you heard Rabitatu Sharifa means to connect your heart with the Sheikh's heart. How that Hazan can be? Now here, let's say there is 100 people, and we say Rabitatu Sharifa, and connect your heart with the Sheikh, or think about the Sheikh, or if you cannot with the Sheikh, there is another two possibilities, as Grand Sheikh, may Allah bless his soul, said, connect your heart with Madinatul Munawwara, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, or with Makkah al-Mukarram, Al-Kaaba al-Sharif. But when he say Rabita, and it is an order in Tariqah, it's a principle, means the Sheikh is not a Sheikh if he is not able to reach everyone as soon as he connect, even you are 100 or 200 or 300 or 1 million. He has to identify you, everyone by one, without one interrupting the other. When that Rabita is said, his heart will be a digital heart, not an analog heart. Yeah, you understand analog and digital? Digital means a very acute wavelength that immediately it can be picked up. Now today you have this cable television, they use the digital broadcast which can be seen, all of them. You can have 1,000 channels. There are some receivers, boxes, receiving 1,000 channels. The Sheikh, his heart is a box. It's a heavenly box that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to him in order that he can reach anyone that's knocking the door. Like they say today, Maulana Sheikh Ghulam, Haji Ghulam Rasul, you have a Yahoo group, Yahoo or Google, I don't know, all these different big database, big engines. You put one word, it in 1 second, 2 seconds, it search the whole database and come and say to you, oh, it's mentioned here, 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 here. And this is based all on what? On electromagnetic waves. This transmission, these waves that are moving everywhere. If Google can have that, a wali cannot have that when he has a heavenly box.
Yes. Definitely can have it.
Google can give you millions and millions, hundreds of millions of emails. And all of them, they go through one central server. What do you think about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam? If Google can reach everyone, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam cannot reach everyone. وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ فِيكُمْ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. You must know that Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is in you, within you. Means he is the system that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given. That's why La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Without Muhammadur Rasulullah, the system doesn't work. La ilaha illallah is the key for paradise. And in paradise, everything can be done. No difficulties. You don't want tech support. Tech support. Anything related to heaven, no tech support. One tech support enough for heavens. For dunya, everyone needs a tech support for these computer things, internet. Who is our tech support? Is your sheikh. He is the tech support to lead you and bring you, to navigate you to reach the presence of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اللهم صل وسلم على النبي المصطفى يا سيدي يا رسول الله نظرة منك يا أبا الزهرة جئناك يا سيدي يا رسول الله بهذه الأفعال والأعمال السيئة نرجو المغفرة ونرجو الرحمة منك يا سيدي يا رسول الله يا رحمة للعالمين. So the greatness of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam cannot be described. The Sheikh navigates you through this difficult way, path. Now today you want to go from one place to another place. There is a lady in your car speaks too much. Keep talking. Make a U-turn, make a U-turn. This is wrong, go back, make U-turn, U-turn. Doesn't stop. Yes?
Yes.
Why you put lady voice, put man voice. How that voice knows, lady or a man or a lady, whatever it is. How they know where are you, which direction, and how you have to do a U-turn. They know where is a U-turn, they know where is an exit, where Allahu Akbar. How they know? From above the earth. Is that? Means anything above earth is able to identify anything. You are on earth, you cannot. You are related to earth. Above earth, then things begin to loosen up. يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. O human and ins and jinn, If you are able to penetrate from the gravity or from this earth into the universe, do that. Allah gave you that. But you need a vehicle. You need a sultan. You need a power. You cannot go and say, "Oh, I am going, passing, leaving earth and moving up." No, you cannot. Allah gave it to you. He said, "I am granting that to you, but you have to do it with a sultan." You need the vehicle. If you cannot use the vehicle, you cannot reach. What is the vehicle? What is that sultan? It has many meanings. We are using one meaning today, or more, we'll see. What is that vehicle that takes us to move, to uplift ourselves from the gravity of earth? What's that gravity of earth? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What this big magnet? They say gravity pulls you down. What is that? Did they find where it is located in earth? Anyone here a physicist? No physicist here? No quantum physics? No. Where it is? It must be a big magnet. Is that?
That's what they say.
That's what they say. There must be a big magnet, but they cannot find where is that magnet and how it works. If I love you,
I certainly love you. Allahumma ashhad.
Allahumma shahad that I love him also. If I love you, I want always to pull you toward me.
Yeah.
I will not leave you loose. So what is that gravity then? Is love. What kind of love? Is love of dunya. As long as we have love for this dunya, for this world, for its what we are seeing around us of this exotic dunya, fancy dunya, and so on, that bad desires is that big magnet that is pulling us toward earth. Why awliya Allah, there was no gravity for them? Because they didn't have love for dunya. Their love was for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So they were pulling up. They are moving up. That's why he said, "Oh, jinn and ins," in Holy Quran, if you want to penetrate from the gravity of the earth, you can. I gave you that. But then your love has to be to me. That sultan, that vehicle, is that love for Allah and for akhirah. Not love for dunya. Dunya is going for sure going to pull us down. It's not going to pull you up. So, love of the Sheikh is the first step. They say, "Oh, we love our Sultan." That is not important. It is important for you, but there is a love higher than that which the Sheikh likes you to do. To love our Sheikh Haji Ghulam, for example, it's easy. We love him. love our Maulana Sultan, Maulana Sheikh Nazim is easy. But the important is to love each other. That's when is the Sheikh happy. When we love, our love goes to each other, means we share. Community, they say community centers. What community center? What? In community center they go and fight. What they do? They go community sharing. That's what's important. To share together in the same way, like in the time of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when I might say something the Western people don't understand it, but it shows how highly it is their sacrifice was so difficult. Sahaba, they gave a lot in the way for Islam. When Muhajirun came to Medina, the immigrant came to Medina, what Ansar did, what the people of Medina did. They offered them homes, they gave them homes. If someone has a house like this house, he closed this wall, he say, okay, take this side, I take the other side. He's sharing. Not only that, if, in this time they used to have 1 wife, 2 wives, 3 wives for more generations, more zurriya, descendants. They used to say, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted me 1 is enough. You granted. They ask the ladies if they want to marry and they divorce, go and marry some of these people who came from Mecca to Medina. Even to that extent, to show how much they suffered, how much they gave from their hearts to Islam. Today you do that. Today, if you have one wife, I am seeing people, they are Sheikh Hajj Ghulam, married, and the husband is marrying second and third, and the woman is cheating second and third. Too much these days, cheating on each other. Are not satisfied. So for sure, dunya is pulling you down. Akhirah is pushing you up when you are asking. I will give you an example. There were 2 people, like Haji Ghulam and one other person. He said, اجتمع شخصان في طريق ضيق فقال أحدهما للآخر تقدم. 2 people, they found each other in a small alley, narrow alley, very narrow. Cannot have 2 to pass. 1 has to pass. One said to the other, said to him, you first go. He said, you first go. It's not like these days. You say go, he goes, especially in the West. You come as a guest in the house today. They say, how many are coming? 10. Okay, they go to a supermarket. They buy 10 hamburgers, 10 French fries, and they come, and this is how it is. Or you come, knock the door, what you drink, Oh, thank you. I'm not. I don't want to drink. They say, okay, sit. Yeah? But in the tradition, culturally, Muslim tradition, no is bad. If they said no, thank you, say no. You have to have not only coffee and tea, food also. It's not. So these two people are met in the street. One of them said to the other in that narrow alley, "You pass." He said, "No, you pass." The first one said, "No, you have to pass." And then that person, he said, "Okay, بما أستحق أن أتقدم."
Why do I deserve to be?
What I deserve?
Why?
What I deserve that I have to pass first? Why? Why not you? Why me? What is the
Qualification.
qualification that I have to pass first? It's important. It's not easy. People today they take everything easy. You go one day to sit with the sheikh, you became a wali. Yeah? And you want to lead. And you say, if they put the sun in my right hand, the moon on my left hand, I will not leave that. Well, who are you? You want to make yourself take an example from Prophet ﷺ and say that? Why? You would, Prophet, if they put the sun in my right hand, yes, the sun is in right hand. And the moon in the left hand. He can give that example. You have the sun on your hand to give that example. You know whom I am speaking about. You say I am having the sun in my, if I have the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left hand, you know what you have on your right hand? You smell your right hand. You know what you have. He said, no, that man, in that narrow alley, you pass first. He said, what I did to deserve to pass first. You know what he said? لأنك صاحبت الجنيد نصف يوم. You are better, far better than me. Why I am far better than you? We are together, we live together all our life, we are friends. No, you are better than me. How I am better than you? We pray together, we fast together, we eat together. What is better than you? He said, because you have accompanied for half a day Al-Junayd al-Baghdadi, one of the big saints. Means you spend half a day with a wali, and the other one did not spend half a day with a wali, you are better. So what you think if someone spent 1 year with a wali, and you did not spend except 5 minutes? Who is better? Huh? This Majnoon that knows himself, who wants to put the sun in his right hand, did meet Maulana Sheikh? I took him up for 5 minutes. So their ego becomes so huge, they cannot anymore think. So that one saying, oh my friend, you met Al-Junayd al-Baghdadi, you met that wali half a day. I did not meet, so you became better than me. Look, humbleness, that's humbleness. That is the sultan. That if you want to go penetrate from this universe, you have to be humble. If you are not humble, waste of time. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, best, not the best, the highest humble that Allah created. That's why Allah raised his name with his name. Correct? If Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi afdalus salatu wassalam did not have humbleness, Allah how would raise his name with his name? It would not. It has to be humbleness. Look how much they are humble. They were humble. One said to another, this is examples that we saw from Grand Sheikh Abdullah al-Faiz al-Dastani, from Maulana Sheikh Nazim, because you don't see it every day, but in these 50 years we accompanied Grand Sheikh and Maulana Sheikh Nazim. You see many things in your life. Like Hajj Ghulam. Now he knows Maulana might be 20 over years, is not? It's not like someone coming 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 year. He knows. In some of these countries, there was a drought. When there is a drought, there is dua al-istisqa. There is a dua that you recite for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept and shower you. One man in the village, so much drought, they don't have anything anymore to eat. One person like Haji Ghulam, or one person, and now he's going to feel shy, or one person who is sadiq ma'allah, who is trustworthy with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is a good person, came to this village, to the masjid, saw them crying and so on. He raised his hand and he said, Ya Rabbi. He said, Ya Rabbu, بحق ما في هذا الرأس اسقنا. بحق ما في هذا الرأس اسقنا. Shower us for the sake of what is in this head. What is in the head? Tibbin. What we have in our heads? Barley. Our heads are full of barley. Means empty. But this person, he said, Ya Rabbi, shower us for what is in this head. And as soon as he said that, rain came. SubhanAllah. I will explain what was in his head. But before we explain what was in his head, one time, 1967, we were in Hajj. How many years ago? 43 years ago. With Maulana Sheikh Nazim. And very hot. Went up to Mecca and we were in Ihram, means in the clothes of Hajj, of pilgrimage. And it was very, very hot. It's a hot season at that time. And we were doing tawaf, and people are sweating, and people fainting. It was very hot. You cannot, it's burn you, the sun. It was very hot year. Turning first round, we begin with Hajar al-As'ad. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. And begin tawaf. First round, coming back to Hajar al-As'ad and coming to Babul Kaaba, Babul Multazam. Make dua there. Another time. Third time now. And Maulana, as soon as we pass the Hajar al-As'ad, coming to Babul Multazam, the door of Kaaba, he stopped there. And he said, Ya Rabbi, one of your servants came here, coming from long place, far place. Ya Rabbi, for sake of Prophet, for sake of awliya, I'm not moving, walking until you shower us with rain. I witnessed that. And as he was saying this, and with very strong, he was shaking. Ya Rabbi, send the rain, send the rain, send the cloud. Ya Rabbi, it is in your hand. Send the wind to move the rain here. And suddenly, out of the blue, there is the whole sky changed, became cloudy, and rain. Rain and rain and rain and rain and rain, and we were where? There in the third tawaf. So Maulana began to continue the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7. We cannot anymore continue. Water became to here, because at that time there was no majari, drainage, no drainage, and the earth doesn't suck the water, so it filled up to here. The whole Mecca was flooded. I said, Ya Rabbi, I didn't say so much. As soon as I said, Ya Rabbi, I didn't say so much, everything stopped. We have to, from around the Kaaba, we cannot anymore, no, everyone moved. You cannot, sitting in water to here, you cannot sit even. The water is you standing, it's to here. This is because there was something in their head, as that wali said, when he said, Oh Allah, shower us with rain for sake of what is in my head. What is in the head? Batman. Maulana, I will not say, but here we can explain. What he was in his head. They asked him, وَمَا فِي هَذَا الرَّأْسِ? What is in your head? It is not what is in your head. يعني وَمَا فِي هَذَا الرَّأْسِ.
What does it contain? What does this head contain?
What is this head contain? It's humiliating answer, question, something, someone's, huh? Sarcastic. And he said, قال عيناني رأتا أبا يزيد البسطامي.
الله أكبر.
2 eyes. There is in that head 2 eyes. They saw Abu Yazid al-Bastami, one of the big saints, one of the golden chain saints. 2 eyes saw a wali was enough to shower and bring the rain. Allahu Akbar. Means I brought the same example that happened. What I saw from Maulana Sheikh Nazim, the rain was showering in Mecca. What was in that head of Maulana Sheikh Nazim that make that water to shower? عينان رأتا مولانا الشيخ عبد الله. Two eyes saw Grand Sheikh, that's correct. Two eyes that saw Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Two eyes that they were in the divine presence. A head that full of knowledge and ma'rifah. When Allah gives. For someone who saw Sayyidina Abu Yazid al-Bastami, accepted his two eyes saw Abu Yazid, Allah showered them. فانظر يا أخي, that is an example. إلى عين رأت الشيخ الكامل. Then what you think about, my brother, if a person if two eyes are seeing a perfect sheikh, means how much value you will get when you are visiting and watching the eyes of your sheikh. Grand Sheikh used to say, النظر إلى الكتب يؤجر عبادة 40 سنة. Anyone who looking at a Qutb, not at the house.
Yes.
There are 5 Qutbs going around in this world. Anyone looking at one of them, find one of them and looking into his eyes,
Yes.
as Grand Sheikh said, may Allah bless his soul, will be rewarded as if he worshipped 40 years. Will be rewarded a reward of 40 years of worshipness. Anyone who looks at the eyes of Qutb. And he said, anyone who looks at Uhud mountain in Madinatul Munawwara, Allah will grant him better than you look at Qutb 40 times more. If you look at a Qutb 40 times, if you look at the eyes of Qutb or at Qutb, you will be rewarded 40 years of worshipness. If you look at the mountain of Uhud, Allah will grant you 40 times looking at the face of a Qutb. Means 40 times by 40 years, 40 by 40 is 1,600 years of worshipness in looking at the mountain of Uhud if you go to Madinatul Munawwara. That's why you don't give your back to mountain of Uhud, always try to give your face to mountain of Uhud when you are walking in Madinatul Munawwara. So what you think then, looking at a perfect Sheikh, a Sheikh al-Kamil? Leave looking at the Sheikh, face of the Sheikh. Allah is granting you, if you are looking at the eyes of a Sheikh or a Qutb or a Sheikh, with all these rewards, because you are looking at someone who loves Allah. What you think if your heart become the house of Allah, means full of love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what kind of reward you will be given? Allah said in a holy hadith, Prophet mentioned it, neither my heavens nor my earth contained me, but the heart of the believer contained me. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us.
Amen.
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us. I think it's Maghrib, and inshallah we'll pray Maghrib before it will be too late. ومن الله التوفيق بحرمة الفاتحة.